Hello friends, welcome on back to South Texas. Second part of our hunt down here. Amazing opportunity, hunt of a lifetime really, where hardly anyone has hunted since the last time we were here about a year ago. My dad shot the biggest buck of his life, an absolute mondo giant. And something that they're trying to do out here is cull out some of these bigger, older deer, which is a rare opportunity. They're just telling us, hey, we're trying to bring in some new genetics to the ranch. Can you guys help us shoot some of these older deer? And they're, mainframe 8s, just humongous. Some of them are 10s, and they just say, 8, 9, 10-year-old, whatever. We need to get rid of those, bring in some younger genetics. At first glance, this place looks kind of inhabitable, but when you start getting into that brush, it's some of the thickest stuff you guys have ever seen, full of plant life, full of animals. I mean, all sorts of little rabbits and little lizards and stuff running around. Of course, you got those giant rattlesnakes, and the plant life is actually full of protein. And last night we actually had some cactus. We ate some cactus. It was delicious. And that's something that the deer do down here as well, but they get a lot of their protein from the mesquite beans and the different leaves down here that produce these proteins that grow these unusually large deer. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it is genetics. I don't know if it's just the protein, but obviously it grows girthy deer. In the last video, my dad saw this amazing 10-pointer. Thought it was a little bit younger than it was, and it's still lingering out there, and that is today's pursuit, along with a few other bucks. And I don't know what we're gonna put down on the ground, but it's gonna be a girthy old deer. All right, starting off with the gear center. I want to ask you guys a question actually, because I'm doing this thing with the ozone. I've got this ozonics machine, and I'm just sticking it in here with my clothes, kind of in between hunts, just leaving those clothes in there to be desensitized, I guess. Let me know if you think that works or not. I don't know. I'm just trying it. These deer down here, it's funny. Some of them have seemed like they've smelled us and they don't care. And then others, especially the bucks, they're just like, boom, they'll take off, beeline. Anyways, I just want to know what you guys do with your clothes for scent. Do you think scent control is just a bunch of garbage or what? I kind of use it like I think it should work in theory, right? But you're never going to beat a deer's nose. You always got to get the wind correct. Sometimes you can't. Maybe that's where this stuff comes in. But let me know your thoughts down below. Look at the mass on his brow tines.
Huge.
What is going on there? That's a freak.
So that was him last year.
Dad.
I'm rethinking my decisions. And he's 10 years old.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Calvin, you got to get him.
Guys, it's really rare just to see a deer that's old. And that's one of the cool things about being down here is I'm getting to see what deer actually look like when they're, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. Just hunting like low fence ranches for most of my existence, I haven't seen that. Like if I see a 5-year-old deer, I'm like, wow, that's an old one. And any deer is great, but just to see a old deer like a 10-year-old is it's just something cool. You don't get to see them that often, and hopefully we're gonna get one on camera this evening. Okay, it's about 2:30. It's time to roll out. Afternoon, little wind coming in, some changing conditions. Team Rackley is going to the blind, is going to the junkyard. We're taking the trusty, dusty 308, the gun that gets it done. Guys, it's hot. I can't believe it's December, and I'm just wearing like light early season camo. I'm hoping this big old buck comes out from my dad. And he's already told me if it's like really too far of a shot, he doesn't feel comfortable on it, then he'll let me oblige, which I will. But if anything else comes out, that is mature before that deer. It's getting popped. Let's go. So we've been in here like a few minutes and we've already got a couple of deer to our left, some does. The same ones that have been just hanging out here, just living here basically. You know, the sun is kind of in our face. It's overcast right now, but we went ahead and just taped some towels to the back so our silhouettes aren't flailing around in here. How are you feeling, Dad?
I don't think he's coming back. You know, that's a deer of a lifetime. And I let him go purposely.
Yeah.
But I do think there's a chance for some other big bucks to show up. So I'm excited about it, nervous about it.
Still no big bucks, but I'm going through the game plan here. It seems like some of these bigger bucks that we've seen on this road, in the exception of Dad's monster 10-point that stick around, normally they just come in, they come out, and they're really far. So just messing around with something, I brought my shooting sticks. Put a back brace on this 308. It's rock solid, so if I have to make a 230-yard shot, 200 plus, I'm gonna pop this back brace on and use it for sure. Actually felt a few raindrops. I feel like these deer need to be moving, but right now it's just javelinas. It's quail. Seen a lot of quail out here. Anyway, she's ready to rumble. She might be getting chased or something. Some deer coming out in the sendero here. And it looks to be the same group of does that we've been encountering. Wow, she's coming right in. Oh, there's another one to the left. Another one to the left right now. I was explaining to Dad how these deer kind of operate in the wind like this. You know, they crossed the road behind us, and what they did was they got into the wind so they could smell what's coming. So they're not going to come from our right. They're almost guaranteed to come from our left, where they can smell what's ahead of them. And I feel like he's getting a little bit of our scent or something. He doesn't like something. Yep, he's gonna stay in the brush. I just feel like a giant's gonna come out behind us.
These does are really close. I think that one on the right's a little button buck. Might be 2 little baby bucks. Pretty cool. Folks, we are entering the prime zone. It is the next 20 minutes is when we will most likely see a potential target buck come out. It has been pretty lackluster this evening. I think the wind shift has got things messing up these deer's moving patterns. And I'm sure my father is thinking about the deer, the one that got away. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, all that.
I made a decision. I stuck with the decision.
I actually don't fault you for it because it's damn near impossible to tell how old a deer is. And also being at someone's deer ranch where you're trying to be respectful. You just don't want to come back with a rack of horns and they're like, well, we were maybe trying to save that deer, but 100% approval. The green light is on. It's okay, Dad.
I think I need therapy.
You might need some therapy. There's also another buck here that we haven't seen in person, only on pictures, but he is a thick-ass boy. Probably one of the thickest deer I've ever seen in a photo. That's not photoshopped.
He looks like a Brahma bull.
Hang tight. We'll be right back. Oh, here we go. Out front, little buck. Turn slowly. Action. And he came from the right side. That's interesting. Little buck out in the road, guys. Prime time. Prime time. God, they're acting like we have a neon sign on this thing. Everybody from every angle is staring at it. They're all being very spooky. They do not like this heavy wind. I don't know. I don't know if Big Boy, if any of these grandpas are going to be out in these conditions. Okay, folks, we're closing in. 3 minutes left. Then we've got this younger 6-point. He's probably like 60 yards. We've got some does off to our right. We've got does behind us. I don't like shooting in really low light anyways, the last part of legal light, because it's hard to see on the camera for you guys. So unless it's just really crazy big one, probably not gonna shoot.
There's always tomorrow.
For dreams to come true.
That's right.
And dream bucks to evade you.
Well, guys, unsuccessful at our blind, but we did hear 2 shots this evening. We just got picked up, and Hector's brother that just came in, he's never gotten a buck at this ranch, and it's their family ranch. And if you're gonna get one, by gosh, this is gonna be the one. Hang on to your rear ends, folks.
Oh my goodness. My goodness gracious, baby. Look at that. Look at that, dude.
It's beautiful. He just came out, got closer to us and closer to us. We had a lot of action here today, but this guy was the cherry topper at the end of the day.
I would say so. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Look at the split brow tides, the gnarliness.
I'm almost speechless, guys. Celebrations in order for tonight. My dad having one of the best hunts of his life, watching a deer at 50 yards. It's almost unbelievable, the deer that are out here. We got one more day, guys, and you see what's out here. I told you, we're in one of the best places in South Texas to see these big deer, and they are out here. Old boys, man. Smash that like button. We're gonna try to get Dad on one. Give it one more try. Maybe I'll get one. Who knows? I'm just happy to be here at this amazing deer camp. This is one to remember, man. Some absolute giants showing up.
It's a big one. It's a big one.
What do you think about this?
That's amazing. That's all I can say. You know, absolute monster.
All right, y'all, you know what it is. The final day here. Campfire burning down from a night of remembering an awesome hunt, celebrations, a few cold brewskis, and this morning it's go time. A little bit of a cold front, a tiny little bit of a South Texas cold front where it's maybe the low 50s right now. Get them excited, get those little ears nippy. They're like, I need to get moving on my feet, get out there in them sombreros. And then hopefully me and Dad are going to be staring right down the road at an old floppy-eared big boy. Here we go. Need to go look at this deer. Oh my gosh. We're looking at a potential cull buck out on the road right now. A deer that we were hoping this was going to show up. We just can't quite see what he is just yet. We know he looks mature. He definitely has a point on his right side. That's not the deer. Yeah, that's not him. Both sides are like that, right? No. Yeah, exactly. He's an 8-point. All right, guys. First good-looking buck that we've seen this morning. I almost thought it was one of the deer that they wanted us to shoot. He looks like it in his antler profile, but he was an actual full 8-point instead of a 7-point. He looked a lot more spry than the deer that we're trying to go after. But he didn't have that that sway to his back and that belly like that other one had. I agree. What is that? Down the road. Yeah, he's acting like he's getting on that doe. Yeah, it is a different doe. We got does coming. That's good.
gunshot rang out. So right now we got a doe to our right. We have 3 does out in front and we have 1 behind us. This is a good position to be in. December, South Texas. Big bucks. We already saw one. Chased off a group of does. I think it's a matter of time till we see another buck come in. We have the right bait. We're surrounded right now with wildlife. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 does. There are dove everywhere. We've got coveys of bobwhite quail. We have cardinals in front of us. There's a lot of different birds. I don't even know what they are. Little songbirds. And what was really amazing this morning was as soon as we heard the first bird, not 10 seconds later, we saw a deer. Taking note of how all the wildlife interacts and just opening your ears to hear the symphony, the beautiful symphony that's going on here. And I bet if we did this all the time, we'd figure some things out. Like, this bird doing this call means a certain thing and to look out for certain things. So anytime you can just watch nature, it's well worth your time. How about a grunt? Does that call them? Does it call them? I don't know about when I do it, but it's supposed to. Right. To our right. Mature buck. Damn it, he's in the worst position too. That's that fat daddy. Oh my god, that's a huge 8-point. Oh yeah. It's a bigger 8. I think that is that mature 8, that fat one. Oh my god. Give me that rifle, Dad. Guys, this buck is the fat daddy. Oh my gosh. Look at his neck. See if you can film from back there. I'm gonna get the window and the rifle set up. Doe's looking right at us. Side. is freaking big.
It's not big for everybody.
Oh my gosh. This deer is freaking fat. His rear end is facing us right now.
Yeah.
You still got him on focus.
Yeah, I do.
You're doing good. Hang in there, Dad. Alright, here we go. Just turn a little bit, buddy. Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, my ears are ringing. I tried to hard shoot him.
That's one fat damn deer. It's recording again. All right.
Oh yeah, I smashed him. Let's go. Alright, let's be quiet. Holy cow, it is a freaking giant. It's a fat gorilla deer. Oh my gosh. Body wise, he's a freaking bulldog. Oh my gosh.
He looked like a cow down there. He was huge.
That's the biggest body deer I have probably ever filmed, actually. So, all right, we still got time. It's 7:40. We're gonna chill out for a minute. I think I smashed that deer. I had a low shot. I tried to aim for the heart. It looks like I hit him pretty good. So, I think he'll be down. But he's so big, man. You never know. Absolute worst place he could come out to. We had to rearrange everything. Luckily he cooperated. Oh my God, there's another buck down here, Dad. He looks younger, but he looks like a freaking giant 8-point.
He's beautiful.
I think he is younger, but oh my gosh, what is going on? They're coming out right now. They're coming out.
Look at him. He's going down there with it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
If he gets in a fight with
I really want to. I want to shoot down there. I want to see blood. I want to get a close-up shot of this deer. I want you guys to see it. I'm curious to see what it looks like in person. I think it's over 200 pounds.
Hey, we're gonna need a tractor to drag that thing out of the cactus.
Here we go. I'm leaning towards it was more of a heart shot, so there may not be as much blood as we would like to look for, but man, I don't know. I'm just nervous, guys. Daggum nervous. It's the biggest, fattest whitetail I've ever stared at through a scope, man. Coming up on the area where I hit him. Oh my gosh, he's right here, Dad. He's right here. He's right here. He's dead. Heart shot, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my gosh, look at this deer. Holy crap. He didn't go 10 yards, guys. Look at that dude. Look at the mass on him. Look how fat he is. Oh my God. Look at his neck. Holy cow. That is a heavy whitetail buck, man. Look how dark his hawks are. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, he's got this little short tail. Look at that. Got a little turd hanging out there, but my goodness.
It's a damn NFL lineman of
Yeah.
deer. I mean, holy crap. Oh, man, can you imagine him fighting other deer? Just,
He's sopping wet with pee right now. Oh my gosh, it's so heavy. Oh, holy cow, this deer is heavy, heavy, heavy. Oh, he stinks. He just peed on his hocks. Get him set up for you guys. Oh, this is no doubt the fattest deer I have ever harvested. Made an absolute great shot on him. It went about 10 yards, but holy cow, this guy is a beast. You know, in antler terms down here, this is a cull buck for these guys, but for me, this is an absolute trophy. I mean, any deer you can get down on the ground is a trophy. And when you talk about meat, this guy's gonna be filling both of our freezers, me and Dad. The film today, this is gonna be a crazy memory. You know, this was the side of the blind that we did not expect to see a deer from. And we had to do a rodeo to get around and get this deer in camera so you guys could see it, and then get a shot off on it. And it's always a challenge filming, and I enjoy it. And now I get to share this memory with my dad, which is way better than doing it by myself. So look at the floppy ears on this guy, man. He's a big old deer. God. Oh, he's even got like stink on his forehead. He's a big old nasty hog. I love him so much. Man, what a buck. What a buck. And this buck, guys, it weighs more than I do. I can't wait to get it on the scale. But just an absolute awesome South Texas deer. Whew, what a hunt. Heavy deer, guys.
It's got such short legs.
All right, just kind of analyzing old deer. Sitting here with Art and Martin, just talking about deer. And Martin, how old is this deer, you think?
Yeah, around 8 and
years
a
old.
half. No.
Old deer, something that I've never seen before. These balding calluses on the knees where they go to lay down. Yeah. He's kneeling down. He's heavy. He's laying down a lot, and he's using that. I've just never seen that on any deer that I've shot. Of course, I've never really shot any old deer in my life, so really cool. Another thing is on the hoofs here, Art was just showing me, instead of having a real clean, sharp looking hoof, it's pretty cracked up. You know, got some old, crusty looking, you know, like an old person's toes would look.
Why are you pointing the camera at me?
I don't know.
Huh? I understand this.
Check your toes lately?
Well, you know, like the old men have to, you know, they have to get the arms of their chair to raise up. And
Right?
this guy, he has to put a little more pressure on his knees.
You understand.
Yeah. And his feet have to carry all this load. I understand that too.
Stress on the hoof. Just unbelievable to see a deer over 5 years old is just rare, and we've seen a lot of them on this trip. So now we get to see how much he weighs on the Hulk.
225. 225.
Who?
A little bit under.
So it be the
222, we'll call it.
this one has 5 pounds line, so it be 220.
Oh, I see. All right. Got a little bit of line. 220-pound whitetail buck. My gosh, guys. That's going to be some good meat for the freezer. Let's go grab our knives and get to work. Alrighty, y'all. It's time to do some cleaning. It's already getting hot down here in South Texas. I can't believe it's going to be Christmas in just a couple days, and we're going to be sweating. But I'm going to break out the knives here. I've actually got a little old-timer kit I have not used yet. And this is a pretty cool product from them. If you guys want to get one, it'll be linked down below. But it's got the full kit in here to do all of your processing. If you need to get through some bone, you have a saw. There's a handle here that will attach to all of these different blades. And what I've noticed about these old-timer blades is that they come really well shaped at the factory. Like the factory edging is as good as any knife that I've ever gotten. All of their edges come really even, if that makes sense. So boning knife, I've got this is their best-selling knife of all time, the sharp finger. You can kind of get your finger behind it and get into crazy places. And then got your standard little skinning knife with a gut hook, which is what we're about to throw on here. It's even got a little honing thing right on the front of the case, so you can get in there and. But all I did when I got this was just give it a couple strops, and it is razor sharp. So we're gonna throw the skin off this bad boy, and we're gonna break it down into quarters to take back home, and then we'll do all of our final processing. Again, if you guys want to reference my video that I did with Field to Table, hunting the antelope, that's great. I'm gonna go watch that video again when I get home to really break down the muscle groups, but all we're gonna do here is just quarter this animal. And just gonna do a Euro mount with these awesome antlers. They're about 6 inches around. This is definitely the thickest antler deer I've ever gotten, but also the heaviest. So it's just cool, guys. Unbelievable. I'm so curious how the meat is gonna taste, being an old buck, 8+ years old. But the amount of fat is just incredible. About an hour and a half later, we are done. Clean up. Look at this. Cooler is full of meat. I cannot believe how much fat was on that deer, but we got the most meat I've ever gotten off a whitetail right there in that cooler. The only thing I wasn't able to get off that buck, and that I do like to eat, usually right after the tenderloins, is the heart. And we just sent the bullet right in there. The other thing that is really unique, this right here, this stick, this piece of mesquite, this was actually stuck in the backstrap of that deer. And it just goes to show you how resilient these deer are. When I first started looking at it, I was like, oh my gosh, is that like a broadhead from someone hunting before? The skin had all healed over and the muscle was growing around it, but this right here was embedded in that meat. These deer fight, they get after it. It's a rough life out here. It's a rough life anywhere being a deer, but especially down here in South Texas where you've got just nasty cover. There's things that want to eat you. We were looking at a buck yesterday that it was the thickest 8-point buck, biggest 8-point buck I think I'd ever seen. It was a shed, basically a skull that they found in this pond behind us. And sometimes they get hurt like that. They go to a pond, they end up drowning. Things just happen. But I think we got our buck today in its prime. 8 years old, probably never going to be any fatter, any bigger in his antlers, and we're gonna enjoy him. An amazing memory with the pops in the blinds. So thank you guys for sticking it out in the hunt with us. Got one more hunt with my dad, and hopefully we close this year with a really nice buck for him. But man, absolute pleasure to be down here in South Texas hunting these deer. A special place. They got big old bass down here and big old bucks too. So smash that like button, guys, for the great outdoors, enjoy it, man. And just seeing the wildlife is a pleasure. It's about enjoying the hunt, and we sure did enjoy it on this one. So we'll see you guys on the next episode of The Great Outdoors.
Holy crap, look at his rack.